We're going to be here every day after 4, covering everything that moved around throughout the day, the reasons why they moved around, looking for some trades off of this. That's the most important part. That's what we're here for, right? Finding some trades, making some money on it, and putting it in our pockets, hopefully. We have a long list. Obviously, some of these stocks come from our watch list that we send out every single morning at 8 o'clock. If you aren't signed up to that watch list yet, go sign up to that watch list. Let's start off with a couple stocks from that at the top of it. I have a live audience and people are making me a little bit nervous, and Kat is one of them right now. Hi Kat, thank you for the support, I appreciate it. But let's dive in. Let's go straight to the screen over here, oh, that's not the right screen. There we go, maybe that should work. Why is there wrong macros over here? Can you go to a guest intern? Thank you. While they set up, yeah, so we're gonna find out why these buttons are on the wrong macros, and then we'll fix that one. But it happens, right? Oh, I think I know why. I think I know why. It's probably over here. Yeah, I know why. Here we go. I got it. Yeah. So now you see the screen, ladies and gentlemen. As you guys can see right here, we got FedEx with earnings move already coming out, and it's the downside, looks like. Let's head over straight to P-Pro. Looks like FDX is dropping to the downside. Earnings coming out, down 6% on the day. We were around 200, that's a daily chart, sorry. We were around $234. FDX is now dropping down to 217, 214. We are seeing a little bit of a bounce coming right here. As you guys can see in the middle of the screen, we got the day chart, the 1-day chart, and the 100-period EMAs looks like where the bounce is coming in at the moment. Let's see if there's more of a drop to the downside. I also have my long-term chart here to the left-hand side of me. I'm just checking to see if I have any levels over here from previously in the past. Looks like this area we're actually going right back into a area that FedEx has previously traded in, all to the sideways, and then broke out to the north side, but that area coming back as a resistance right now. Ladies and gentlemen, FDX looks like it's going to be very fun to the downside tomorrow. Something that you can trade as sympathy off of FDX usually is UPS. So let's go check out if UPS is making some sort of a move after hours right now with the help of FDX pushing to the downside. And the answer would be yes. We're seeing 176 low a day breaking. Actually could be a little bit higher than 176. These might be dark pull wicks that we're seeing. But the story is to the downside right now. The sympathy trade on UPS, taking it from FDX coming in straight. That is the trade that we're most likely going to be talking about for the most part of the day every time that it pops up. But we're going to quickly go back to our watch list, which is what we wanted to talk about. BABA. See how BABA moved around today throughout the day, and see if there's any trades for it on us. For ourselves tomorrow. BABA over here down 4% today. Pretty sad. I think the overall all Chinese sector in general was getting hurt. Let's try this one. Let's go to face. Nope. These are all wrong. These are all wrong. And that... can you fix that for me, please? Thank you. Yeah, those are all wrong. I don't know what happened over there. I'm going to have to fix my macros. I thought I had the right ones, but that's on my fault. I set it up wrong, most likely. Apologize for that one. But BABA is pushing to the downside today. We saw that one throughout the day. Most likely Neil Sean had some trades on that. The whole sector had a weak day today. But a couple stocks that did not have a weak day at all was actually NIO and Xpeng. They both had a green day today and pushed up to the upside. We enjoyed watching these trade. But right now it looks like NIO is already moving down in the after hours currently. And not looking good on that side over here for NIO. But tomorrow, I'm going to be looking for that $9 area to come back into play, and also the $10 area. Right now, after hours, looks like we have some size at 936, but I wouldn't trust these after hour size, ladies and gentlemen. After hour size is a little bit iffy sometimes, right? But New York stocks over here can be a little bit more trustworthy. Coming to the long-term chart on NIO, BABA, and Xpeng, just going to open up my trading view because I usually have lines on these charts over here already. Let's go see how NIO sets up for a possible trade. As we were talking about it, the $9 support previously has shown support at these areas of 9 We could also see the stock pull back to 8, but there's been too many good catalysts. We saw earnings come out, and if I can just click on this one over here, to quickly positive more than 1 billion investment from Abu Dhabi for NIO recently. That was 2 hours ago. Okay, that's nice. So clearly a lot of positive catalysts coming in for NIO overall. And we are looking for the stock to hold up at 9. I don't think we go right back to 8 anytime soon. But if that $8 comes into play, maybe NIO gets ready for some possible Praddy's long-term account action also. I have no EVs in there. Maybe Tesla was the one I should have added, which we have on our list. We will talk about Tesla in a bit. Tesla has been now the North American charging standard. We got the man, the myth, the legend coming in for a quick little back rub. Thank you, sir. And he's got to go. Any coaching today, sir?
It's hockey. So
hockey. Watching hockey today. Good luck to his daughter? Son. Good luck to his son on the game. Hey, I'm trying. One or the other, right? Exactly. So his son's playing, and let's wish him best of luck over there. Let's not break a leg, but good luck. Coming back to PayPal, sorry, not PayPal, NIO and Xpeng. I'm pretty bullish about this whole sector for Chinese EV stocks. They've been beat down quite a bit. I mean, we know the whole Chinese sector has been dealing with a lot of trouble to the upside recently, or for the past few months now, about delisting, and then relisting came back into play, and then the whole possible COVID situation that keeps coming back and leaving. So Chinese stocks have been getting absolutely battered. If you look at where the all-time high is on Xpeng, we're at 74. I know the same thing could be said about a lot of IPOs, but yeah, 74 high on Xpeng, pulling us all the way back down to $5-6 over here, the all-time low of what is it, 618, and now we're currently back to $10-11. Look at this barrier that the stock has been having, though, from 11 to 12. I don't think we have the power to really push past 11 or 12 bucks just yet. But if we do, that's going to be an easy long to the upside to the next level of $18, where we might see some resistance right here on Xpeng. So for some of you who are out there looking for your swing trades, your swing setups, this one looks pretty good to me. If $12 breaks, you get long, maybe give it a 50-cent risk, maybe give it a $1 risk up to $11, ride it up to 18. That's a beautiful risk to reward if you ask me. Now for us day traders, we can't expect a $7, $8 move on Xpeng coming in one day. So what we can look for is maybe that 1150 break giving us a move to 1250 on a possible green day on the overall market. Maybe NIO brings in some catalyst. Maybe Xpeng brings in a catalyst itself. Looking for that move. And if the market ends up like the way it was today a little bit, like to the red side to start off the day, and we are somewhere at the higher end of these ranges from $11 to $12, you could look for that short, ride it back to the downside, and enjoy that move again. So we have beautiful ranges over here on Xpeng, on NIO. NIO looks a little bit more choppy than Xpeng. Right here, as you guys can see, it is a little bit on a downtrend. We're getting lower lows, we're getting lower highs. Right now, it is trying to pop up. I'm hoping, not the right terminology to use, and nor am I long-term invested, so I don't know what I'm hoping for, but I'm guessing that the stock will start holding up around these areas with all the positive catalysts that it's been having recently and push back up to the north side. Now, going to the next stock that we have on the board over here, PayPal. As you guys can see right here, this orange line on my charts is actually where my long-term investment average price is, which is hurting. I'm absolutely hurting on that position. But PayPal today with the good catalyst coming out to helping it to the upside, popped up almost 4%. After hours, we're seeing a little bit of a sell-off coming in. But let's see how PayPal acts near the $70. I think that's a very key important price. I thought it would come into play today. $69.20 happened to be the high of the day. I was waiting for that $70 to come into play so I could possibly short it. Never really got the chance to. But tomorrow, most likely we could see the 70 break long coming in or the 70 short coming in. Either way, I'm excited on that setup. There's still a gap to be closed over here. As you guys can see previously, PayPal was trading at 75. We dropped down to just under 70, near 69-ish. We're now pushing back to that high of 69.50. The breakout of 69.50 or the breakout of 70, I think we have a beautiful move up to 75, which we can short 75, or we can short. If you saw me wink, it wasn't to you, camera. It was to Max off the camera over there. But from 75 sorry, if 70 breaks, we can go up to 75 and we could have some fun to the long side on PayPal. This catalyst of them, teaming up with KKR, their possible loans getting bought out in the future, and all good catalysts. But overall, I'm even being an investor in PayPal, I can't be overly bullish on it. I've seen this stock come out with good catalysts and get absolutely smacked down, so I've got to be a little careful. Let's quickly go back to FDX, see what kind of new ranges or new opportunities has the stock made for us while we have been here. I mean, there's still a lot of volume coming in the after hours. As you guys can see, there's still hundreds of shares being traded right now on liquid gateways. These are not dark pool gateways. Well, some of them are. That 1,000 shares that you're seeing on the screen over there, that's a dark pool gateway. But we are seeing 100 shares on liquid gateways being printed to the upside right now. So it looks like some sort of a relief, maybe a dead cat balance, if I may call it, in front of 210. What is this level exactly? This level happens to be 213. And is also the low of June 1st. So the low of June 1st coming back into play at the moment on FTX. We're bouncing. The numbers seem to be low. I wish Brenda was still here so I could bug him for his software and I could get his numbers off of him for FDX Catalyst. Twitter is also a good option. So we'll take a look at Twitter over here. Try to see what or Earnings Whispers, actually. That's also a good one. We have a bunch of resources that we can attack onto. So while we look at FDX drop, let's quickly see FDX earnings on Google. See what do we find over here. FDX report earnings. Here's what to expect. Nope, I don't want to know what to expect. I want to know the numbers. There we go. Thank you. Not now. Close. I just doxed my email. Okay, so 4.94 estimated, 483 adjusted earnings per share. Revenue of 21.9 compared to 22 estimated. So they missed on that. They beat on that, and they didn't beat on this, and they lost on that number over there. So overall, drops in earnings, and I would love to see what their forecast is for the future, their guidance is, and if their guidance is not good, I mean, FDX, let's go see how big of a drop the initial drop was. If it's 10% or more, the stock was very much in play tomorrow for me. Right now, that's not FDX, that's PayPal. If we were to go to FDX, it's somewhere around here is where we closed. That's around 7.5%, let's say, is where we dropped down to on FDX from the close price of today. And now we're bouncing off of those areas. So tomorrow, maybe the stock triggers SSR, but most likely we won't see it open into SSR. That's my guess on this position. I don't think we open into SSR, but I think we trigger SSR off the open, and then we flush a little bit more. Maybe we see the 210 bounce coming into play. Maybe we see the 200 bounce coming into play. Those are the levels that I'm looking forward for on FDX, and it's going to be very fun to trade this one. It's going to be a nice elevated bump in volume too, a nice relative volume bump coming in. Let's go see what UPS is doing now. UPS seems to have recovered a little bit, almost like FDX, but this one, I don't expect it to trigger no SSRs tomorrow. And it will be leeching off of FDX, obviously, for some sympathy trade, but right now, we're just watching this one use FDX as a catalyst to move around. Now, let's go back to seeing what our watch list did for the day, and we can circle back to FDX later on. So our watch list from PayPal, we're going to move on to Spotify. I don't know about you guys. I don't know what software you use. I've used Spotify ever since it came out. I've been a big music lover. I've been using Spotify for way too long in my life. I tried using Tidal, but didn't really work out for me. I think Tidal is better though at the moment because their audio quality is higher than what Spotify offers. But here's the good news for you Spotify lovers. Spotify now offers high fidelity, well not now, but plans to offer high fidelity very soon for an upcharge price, a premium surcharge. So we'll see how that one plays out. Obviously a good catalyst. Spotify's investors have been crying for apparently an increase in premium membership, and premiums have not been going up because Spotify has been fighting those wars off of their investors. But now it looks like they're just gonna come out with a whole new plan to just maybe capture those real music aficionados who want to listen to music on a higher quality scale or higher format. They're going to get that opportunity to do so on Spotify. I know Apple Music already offers this for free, so that's not really like, too much of a good news for Spotify. It's like your rivals are offering it for free, and you want to charge people for it. But we'll see how it ends up going today. Though looks like it was perceived as a little bit of a positive news, but we're still having a complete inside day today from Friday's move. Friday was the big move. Today an inside day. We're still higher than any of these levels over here near 150 or so. I think tomorrow we could see these levels coming back into to test a little bit. This is on the one-day chart. On the one-day chart, my anchored volume profile tells me that most volume transacted in the last 10 to 12 days around 150, 163. If that's the case, I could see it magneting and acting as a support, or we'll see that there is no support over there, and then we drop even much lower to 147. So this volume point of control will be my possible new. It also acts as a gap close if it does drop down. Will act as my possible entry as a long for a day trade if that number comes in around 150, 150, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if that number comes in tomorrow for us to try. Maybe even 150 should be the number, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it out loud. We'll just have to wait and see. Tesla, oh man, was the stock insane today, right? Was the stock insane today? Up 5.4%. It is still continuing to go to the upside right now in the after hours. Just monstrous moves. I mean, look at this. This, like I mentioned earlier, the volume point of control shows us that most volume was transacted near 256. So whoever is long near 256 is obviously enjoying this move. But let's flip the coin and talk about the number over here is about 12 million short, I believe. I think it's 13 million shorts, or 13 million shares sold in general. It could be covering longs, it could be entering shorts. Whoever shorted this area, they are feeling the pain as the stock is pushing towards 300 at this point. Will we see 300 coming in very soon? I have this area near 282 right now. I wish, I was actually looking at the stock earlier on in the day, because it looks like 265, which is a level that I have mapped out, was a really clean long. So let's go check out that area. Oh, look at that. I love seeing my levels come into play. This is why I call myself Pratstradamus, baby. Look at these levels come into play, ladies and gentlemen. This level right here, around what is that number? 266, acted as an absolute top. We push back down near VWAP, or the 100 period EMA on the 5-minute chart. We push back through this level, and then the most volume transacted on the day today, 270. Why am I not surprised by that? Because more people punched in long as people were fighting shorts. Look at the amount of people that were trading longs and shorts over there. A lot of volume transacted, and we pumped a lot more because whoever was short, they got absolutely squozed. Tesla, I think it was, I can't remember the name of Bill Gates. There you go. How can I forget his name? Bill Gates, with his monster short position, is probably shaking right now as the stock is pushing straight up to the north side without a break. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is where we were at the start of the year. Here we are right now, right? Monster moves. I just can't even say anything other than congratulations to Elon. Never doubt Elon. Never, never, never doubt Elon. Okay, from Tesla, I would love to jump over to one of our other sectors that we all love looking at, and has been very active at the moment. It is actually going to be the semiconductor sector. Let's start off, Intel with a big drop over here. Let's start off with Intel. Intel with a pretty decent move recently. You know, they've been announcing that they're going to open up foundries in Germany and Poland. I wouldn't doubt one if they soon come up with one in India. So a lot of things happening over here in the semiconductor space thanks to AIs heating up and so on. So Intel has been pushing up quite a bit recently. If you looked at the once again, the orange lines are where my long-term price is. So this makes me happy watching Intel move to the north side. But where is the resistance is the question now, and where can we take advantage of this position as a day trader? The fact that the stock, pushed up above this 35 area, 36 area, and now we're back under 35 and closed at 35, makes me want to look at this zone as a possible supply zone, and maybe we push back down to 30 to test for supports. Previously, we pushed up to 33 right here and then pushed back to 30. So maybe we push back to somewhere around these areas to go test if there is demand here in previous supply zones. So previous supply acting as new demand confirms the strength to the north side for me. So that's what I would like to see. Push back down so we can confirm the strength and then push back up. If you push back down and the strength over here from previous is not there, then I'm a little bit worried as a long-term investor is what I'm trying to say. So for Intel as a day trader, I would be possibly looking for shorts around this 35, 36 for a possible move down to 33. And then if 33 holds, I'm looking for a possible long off of that 33 back to the upside on Intel. Quickly getting back to UPS and FTX. Looks like UPS is really moving up right now. And I would guess that's because FTX is actually reversing quite a bit of its move. Yeah, it is. Look at that. FTX reversing all the way back up to 226, 225. Let's go check out our trusty scanner over here. And I'm not sure where it is. Nope, that's the wrong button. Bear with me, ladies and gentlemen, because obviously we are doing this for the first time, right? Okay, so here's our trusty scanner, trade ideas. Use code tradertv20 to get 20% off on your new or a renewal of your subscription for trade ideas. So over here, it looks like we got NR that's moving around a little bit. MTRX, energy sector, NR. What is this? New Park Resources. We got debt of 120 million. We got short float of only a 1.14. We got float of 70 million. The stock is a $4 or $5 stock. It's apparently pumping to the north side right now. This is the whole day today. We moved down all the way back to the open price, but now we're actually pushing back up to the high of day, looks like in the after hours. Maybe we'll see the stock in play tomorrow. NR, I don't really see too much volume coming in the after hours, so I'm not too excited about that one. Let's see what's going on over here. Lazy Boy is moving around. Okay, $26 at the moment. We're dropping to the downside on Lazy Boy. Did it have earnings today? It had earnings after hours, as you guys can see right here. I love trade ideas, man. See, we didn't even know that Lazy Boy had earnings. We see it on the race view scanner. It is currently in play. Apparently, it is dropping like it's hot. So let's go check out LZB or LZB on New York. Only 800,000 shares traded on the day today, so no volume throughout the day, so you would not even be able to trade it. Looks like it was trading like a buyout all day almost, right? Trading almost like a buyout, and the earnings coming out makes it drop to the downside. Not yet triggering SSR, but tomorrow if there is some volume in this position, I would be very interested in trying to trade this stock tomorrow, LZB, but overall the average volume is not really exciting at all. The average 10-day volume, 500,000 shares. Today they did 800,000 shares, so not too exciting on that side. So we'll just leave this one on the side. Ooh, what is this? CARM coming out. What's going on with CARM? It's apparently dropping. We aren't really seeing any stocks moved on the upside. Looks like the green scanner is dead, not moving. But we got the red scanner moving up a little bit. It's active. Stocks are a little bit to the downside more, apparently. Let me go check out what the chat's looking at. I missed the chat. Let's go see what the chat's doing. Pratt, are you this after hours daily? Yes, I am doing this after hours daily. That's the plan. Good stuff, Pratt. Gotta run. Thank you for coming in. Atlas, I appreciate it. Tesla is leaving the planet, says my friend over here in the chat, Jen Stevens. Let's go check out Tesla. Wowza. Tesla 276 coming into play. So 277 coming into play right now. Oh, look at that. That is a perfect example of what an iceberg looks like, ladies and gentlemen. We have an iceberg in the after hours. Wow, we have an iceberg in the after hours? No way, right? Okay, let's just keep watching, because if this level keeps printing 100 shares and it doesn't move, okay, we did move. So it looks like that iceberg did get cleaned out a little bit. We are now changing the characteristics. The tape is now a little bit more active to the downside, as you guys can see right here. A lot more red prints coming in than green or yellow, and a little bit of a blue too. So red and blue means downside. Green and yellow means upside, white means in the middle. We are seeing a lot more red coming in. Tesla 277 area is acting as a wall right now on this move up here. High of day right now so far, 277.50. Let's go see if that's actually true or not. That's not what the software I wanted over here. Tesla high coming in, 274.50. That's not true. 277.50. That is the after hour high coming in right now for Tesla. Can we break the 277.50? Look at the size being printed. A lot of liquid prints. These are actual gateways, liquid gateways trying to go long on the 277, but the stock is unable to print above 277.05 at the moment. There's a wall here, ladies and gentlemen. There's a battle, there's a war, and I would love to see who comes out victorious. We're holding 277 on the bids. Can we fly? I don't know. That's the question. So we'll just have to keep watching this one. We'll come back to Tesla, obviously. The trades for Tesla that tomorrow will set up for me, I usually wait for the whole after-hours session to finish to find my levels to trade off of, because after-hour sessions are pretty important. You could wait all the way up to 8 o'clock. That's when after-hour closes. Find your levels to trade off of said levels and then take advantage of it. But I could give you kind of an example maybe, because, you know, I don't see Tesla pushing up to 282 in the after hours. I don't see that happening. Maybe we'll push up to 270, 280. But I think we'll overall be on the lower end of this ranges over here. And if we pull back, we're not that far from all-time highs, eh? Wow, man, monster. Keep in mind this is post-split Tesla, right? Post-split Tesla. We'll see how the stock trades around 280 tomorrow. I might just have to get into the longs on this one. We're now at 270.20, ladies and gentlemen. The stock keeps on going. Look at the liquid gateways being printed on 277, icebergs. So iceberg is basically when they're only showing about, you know, the minimum lot size of 100 shares, but look at the size that's being printed. 1,000 shares, 3,000 shares, 500 shares, 300 shares. So a lot of size being printed on that 277 number, but only the minimum lot size is being presented. That's an obvious indication that there's either a big buyer or a big seller holding up the stock. And here goes Tesla right back to the upside, taking out the levels. The high of day 277.50. Can we clear it out? People over there calling me degens. Baby, if if making money is degen, then I'm the biggest one of them, okay? Let's go. Make these profits. 277 to the north side. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right. Greg just made a new club. If you guys want to join it, it's called the LPC Club, the Let Prad Cook Club. Memberships can be bought. You just have to message Greg at lpc.com. And get your memberships. LPC Club memberships are being sold right now. But hey, man, look at this stock. This stock does not want to stop. We're still printing volume. More liquid volume printed in the after hours, Max. He's not listening to me. More liquid volume printed in the after hours on this stock than it probably did throughout the day. That is insane right now. So monster moves coming in. Well, not really. It's only 30 cents, 20 cents pop. But there is volume coming in on this position over here on Tesla. Hopefully you guys are enjoying it from longs from earlier in the day, probably around 260, 265 or so. That 265 break, oh man, it hurts to miss that trade. It honestly hurts to miss that trade. But it is what it is. If we can get back to the list of stocks that I want to talk about over here in the next 30 minutes or so, we'll try to run through these stocks, and then we'll come back to the after-hour movers and see which ones are moving and having fun. As we already talked about Intel, I want to keep it in that sector, if I may. The next stock over here is obviously, what is this? AMDN. Apparently it's in turquoise market, the Great Britain market, I think. I didn't know that. Okay. Coming back to AMD, look at this beautiful consolidation range that AMD has been making. And if you guys were previously on my other streams that I used to do at home, I've been saying that if AMD breaks this 116 area, I might just have to cut my bag a little bit and then come back at a different price, right? Basically average down, cut my bag, take my profits, and if AMD comes back below 100, then I can buy more AMD. But the day trade aspect of this one is actually really exciting now, because if you notice on this whole anchored VWAP, not anchored VWAP, sorry, this whole anchored volume point of control is exactly where the stock is bouncing off of, basically. If we like to see this, then we could basically look for longs in these areas as a day trader. You could try the 118 area, 117, 116, 115. Look for volume on the tape coming in around these even dollar prices at these lower ranges on the daily chart. Look for volume coming in. If the tape is really active, sell, 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 then it slows down. Then you see mid prints coming in. Then you see a little bit of buying coming in, and then the buying ramps up and it starts ripping to the upside. And if you're able to time all of this when the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ are like double bottoming or getting ready for that reversal setup, that would be the perfect time for you to, time that trade for possible dip by long, especially because AMD is most likely going to be straight to the downside for the next few days. I'm expecting that 115, 116 test to come in. And if that 115, 116 test fails, we don't get support, we don't get buyers showing up at these areas, then you obviously have that gap close coming into the downside near 110s, showing up for a possible $5 short trade on AMD. So that's the trade setup over there that I'm looking for on AMD. Nvidia, not looking like AMD at all. This stock has been monstrous. 440 almost came into play today. We were off by 440 by 10 pennies. Could you believe that? By 10 pennies, we were off by 440. We would have been, probably the break of 440 would have been insane if we had it maybe midday. But because it came so late in the day, there was no real oomph behind the 440 break. But we'll just have to wait and see on tomorrow if 440 gives us some, that extra oomph that we're looking for that breakout to the north side, or does 440 gives us beautiful rejection shorts back to the south side. Maybe we see that 435 break south, 430 break south. Right now, though, in this new consolidation that Nvidia has been trying to make, right here around this 420 areas, 420, right? I think 420 was the previous high, all-time high. I guess every single one of these numbers was the previous all-time high, right? But the Nvidia over here, this 420 area, 419.38, we'll see it hold up as a support even if it breaks to the south side. So we'll just gotta hold up, wait for these areas to show some clear signals for us to take advantage of. The fact that 440 did not break today, we might see 440 breaking in the pre-market tomorrow, and then, selling off if the market's selling off, or just ripping off to the north side and just absolutely destroying the shorts, if anyone is short, absolutely destroying the shorts, running it to the upside and taking the market with it. Nvidia has already helped the market out drastically to the north side. We've seen a lot of these stocks go up thanks to the whole AI craziness that's been going on. AI stocks itself, I mean, AI was doing nothing until Nvidia catalyst came in, and then AI's earnings comes out and they save AI a little bit more, and then the next earnings saves a little bit more. I mean, this stock is almost back to $50. I didn't think we were going to see that coming in very soon. And if you guys look over here, the IPO low is exactly, that's the IPO low. No, that's $90. Where does 50 come from? 50 comes from over here. So one of these peaks over here, $53, $51 or so, and we're still far ways from IPO. Far ways from IPO. So some of these ranges over here, I would love to see what happens at the high end of these range. Right now, we're still struggling with the $45, $46 areas. So if you zoom into the 5-minute chart, as you guys can see, every day I feel like we see this 45, 46 area come into play. Almost every day. So right here, we saw that level come in. We saw the same level come into play again and again and again. So if that's the case, then that's your level to trade off of. Look for this 45, 46, 47 levels to come into play, and then look for how the tape acts at that level. Today's volume point of control at 43 specifically, that's where the most of the volume transacted. But let's go check where most of the volume traded for the last 12 days. That happens to be around 37.63. we are quite a bit of a ways above 37.63. So if the stock does manage to, you know, in the infamous words of Sharif, quadunk to the downside, we could see these areas coming back into play on AI. The stock was not on the watch list, but I still added it on there in the last minute just because we were talking about the AI sector. Let's go back to FTX to see how FTX is moving right now. Now only down 2.4% instead of giving us the whole 7% drop, and Tesla's still going up. So here's the high day that we were looking for on Tesla, 277.73 now the high day apparently. Okay, congratulations on that new high day achievement. But look at the selling coming in now, man. The fact that people are still moving, tons of volume on liquid gateways in the after hours. This tells you how much active the stock is every single day. Let's just show you how active it is right now. There you go. This is a Yahoo Finance scanner coming in for Tesla. It shows you that Tesla is the #1 volume leaderboard stock on the day with Palantir. 71 million shares traded on Palantir on the day. Let's go, Palantir. It is on the board. We will talk about Palantir in the next few moments. But coming back to FTX real quick, FTX on NY. Let's see how you're doing. Still climbing up. That's amazing. Still climbing up on the 5-minute chart, as you guys can see right here. Let's see if, I don't know if 230 comes into play. If 230 comes into play, then were the numbers really that bad? Or did the guidance come out good? Or did the CEO say something really completely, different from the numbers that helped the stock out in the conference call? So all of these things do matter. You want to pay attention to what happens on the conference calls, on these numbers for these on earnings calls, earnings numbers, and guidance. Guidance is very, very important because the futures, the market is basically betting on the future, not on the past. And if perfect price could ever be achieved, then the stock market wouldn't move. Right? So you're always betting on the future, you're not betting on the past, and what is the future for FTX is what we need to find out next. In that meantime, let's go to the next stock, which has earnings tomorrow morning. It's not really a high volume stock, I believe. We have seen the stock, move around quite a bit recently. PDCO, the relative volume is a little bit higher today, but look, the average 10-day volume is 600,000. For any stock that's not like moving a million in pre-market, I'm usually not looking at it. For those of you who are, wondering what my pre-market scanners look like, I'll just show it to you. So here's my pre-market scanners. That looks small. Okay, there you go. That's bigger now. So here's my pre-market scanner. Any stock that's less than 1 million shares, I ignore them, upside or downside. Thanks to, once again, shout out to Trade Ideas. Use code tradertv20 to get 20% off on your Trade Ideas subscription. If PDCO doesn't bring in that volume tomorrow off of that earnings call early in the morning, I am not going to be, involved in it at all. It's not involved in it. So we'll just have to wait and see if that volume comes in for PDCO. But for levels, let's go see how levels are moving for the stock. PDCO. If I was to expect on this position, on a positive earnings, we could see a bump up to here maybe, or a bump up to here, somewhere in these ranges. Let's pull back a little bit more. Oh, this stock has been existing for a lifetime. Longer than me, clearly. It's been on a little bit of a downtrend on the monthly chart over here. Trying to put a chart down or the line down. Boopity boop. We can even put maybe something like that. Let's go back to the 1-year chart. I want to put a line over here at the bottom. So these are the zones I would be looking for, and obvious support over here, which was previous resistance right around this area. So we are here right now on this position. If you see my cursor moving around, we're right here around this on this position. If earnings come out good, I could see a pop up to the $29.30, $29 or $30. And then we could possibly ride it up to 31.20 intraday if volume is there. If earnings come out bad, a possible drop down to this 2750 areas, and then a write down to 2650 if earnings come out bad. Now, a website that I usually use for all of this is right here. So let's go see if we can find anything about PDCO on the earnings move. Can we go to earnings? 6.5% move expected. Let's go to the 1 year chart. 6.5% move expected. So that's about to be, no, the 1 week chart maybe. 1 day chart. Where is that? That's the 1 year chart. Forget where that happened. They revamped it. Let me try this one. Oh. Okay, clearly they don't. Yeah. It's probably the buttons that I have over here that are wrong, honestly. It's not your guys' fault. I apologize. I'm making a lot of people stay after hours over here, so I am obviously, it's coming out of my pocket over here. No, I'm joking. Thank you, everyone at the Trader TV Live family, obviously, for giving me the show and for staying back after hours, helping me on this day 1 show. The layout is probably the layout that I made for that desk because I was supposed to show it on that desk, but then we made the decision to do it here. So that's probably the reason behind it, why everything changed up. But hey, what we were talking about is this expected move for PDCO. PDCO coming in with a 6.5% move expected before the market opened. A 6.5% move from where we closed at would be, come on, markers, please work. Oh, the markers won't work. Oh, there we go. 6.5% would be right around here from where we closed at the height of $30. And the 6.5% from where we close to the downside would be the low of right around 2650. So those are the moves over there. They're expecting that move to happen on the earnings number. So a little bit higher than what we were expecting. I think we said the 30 move to the upside, but they were expecting a straight drop to 2650 on the earnings number itself. And then maybe a little bit more downside coming in later on. So maybe we do see that 25 area coming in on a negative earnings move for PDCO. Let's go check out what the chat's looking at. The chat's just playing slots. Chat's just busy playing slots over here. But hey, let's see what chat's having fun. Great job. And they're talking about smash the like. Thank you for reminding me, my friend. Yes, smash the like for this brand new show, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to keep working on it. We're going to keep on getting better and improving it. Obviously, starting struggles over here, a little bit of issues here and there on day 1. We're going to refine the script. We're going to make it better. And I also would like to say, eventually somewhere down the road, once a month or once a week or so, well, we might switch up the script a little bit. So stay tuned. Lots of great things happening, and we'll have fun. It looks like we're going to look for a couple more stocks over here. The last few things I want to do is actually going to be BTC. BTC making a monster move back up to 28,000 and almost 30,000 coming back into play on BTC. That is monstrous. Let's go see what Coinbase is doing over here. Coinbase, Riot, Mara. Coinbase pulling back into this range over here, 56, 57 coming in. I think we could see 60 coming back into play on Coinbase, ladies and gentlemen. Let's have fun with Coinbase. You guys already saw Mara today on the midday. Here is Mara pushing up to that $11, $12 area as I was talking about it. I think we were going to say, hey, if Mara doesn't push up past these areas, I'm not too excited, but now these areas are popping up. Let's get that longs, get ready for this Bitcoin bull run coming back into the market. And last but not least, RIOT pushing up to that resistance areas. Very close to MARA's ticker price and the stock price, sorry. But we're gonna get there and have some fun with these stocks. I just want to do a couple more things over here, and then we're gonna wrap it up, ladies and gentlemen, which is going to be tomorrow. Prepare for an okay market economic day. The real economic calendar over here starts tomorrow at 10 o'clock. Throughout the day, we don't have any numbers, no 8:30 numbers or anything, but we do have Fed Chair Powell testifying at 10 o'clock. So that's going to be pretty important. It's going to be a 2-day testification, I don't know. But 2 days coming off Fed Chair Powell. We also got Fed Governor coming in, Fed Jefferson, Fed Goolsbee, and a 20-year bond coming out at 1 year, and then also Fed Messer at 4 o'clock exactly at close. That's going to be your economic calendar for tomorrow. There is no real IPOs right now at the moment. It's all boring, so you can ignore the IPO calendar. But for those of you who are interested, we have one tomorrow at SXTP, expected to open at $5.30. Offer amount only $8 million. Not exciting, but if you are looking for an IPO season, you might have to hold up on that one. And last but not least, what I always like to take a look at, what the possible next Fed rate decision is going to be. Right now, the next Fed FOMC date is on the 26th of July, and we are expecting a 76% as possibility of 0.25. The rate hike increasing by 0.25%. 76% of that probability. These numbers keep changing every day, every minute, every second, based on the economic numbers that come out, based on the catalysts that come out. So we'll just have to wait patiently to see if these numbers change going closer to that date of 26 July, the next FOMC. Obviously, numbers like CPI, PPI, all those numbers that Brendo in the morning covers for you guys. Very important that the Fed takes a look at. So we'll just have to watch those. I think that's basically how I would like to leave it at today. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you guys a monstrous trade day tomorrow. Have some fun on the rest of your day. It's a beautiful day here in Toronto. The sun's out. I'm going to go get my guns out and have a lot of fun. See you guys tomorrow back here at 12 and then again at 4. Good night.